Well, hello there, and this is Auntie. And I am coming to you with an episode of Auntie Say This Isn't So. Say it isn't so. I was giving this girl the whole entire benefit of the doubt. That I'm like Tyra Banks on this. We was all rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie. Everybody needs
with a whoop whoop and a boop boop
auntie
boop.
that everybody needs.
You can't make this up.
Now you know that these are some crazy motherfuckers.
Everybody needs a sweet old auntie.
So why even bother?
Aunties and lives, sweet old auntie. Aunties and ways. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back. And this is Auntie. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers who made a decision to hit that subscribe button and join this family, thank you and welcome to Auntie's Advice. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. So I have turned this on and it is now under subscriber mode for 20 minutes. Okay. Hopefully it'll give us enough time to say what we got to say and do exactly what it is that we got to do. Y'all, I feel like an idiot. I am so embarrassed. And I tried to chat. I had went on to a Down the Rabbit Hole YouTube channel where she was streaming it live. I couldn't stream it live because, of course, I work. And I was like, by the time I get off, I won't be, it'll be over or whatever. And so, once that time clock ran out, I darted over to Rabbits. Just to kind of get a feel for what was going on and all that kind of stuff. And I looked at the press conference, listened to the people who came up on her panel. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole. If y'all not following her, follow her. I respect that young lady a lot. I have seen her grow over like the last year. She's just really taken off, and I'm just so very proud of her. So if you are into true crime and stuff like that, go and follow Down the Rabbit Hole and tell her that I sent you. Sorry y'all, I got a fly, and y'all know I don't like bugs, right? And it just want to be it want to be up under me. I felt embarrassed, and maybe I should not have felt embarrassed by this, but I really was trying to give this girl the benefit of the doubt, y'all. Like I'm being so serious. As I mentioned yesterday in my live to you all, they don't look for us. And I truly believe that the reason why they did look for her was for the benefit of the baby. Not her, but the baby. Because to say that, there is a baby out there to scream and do all of that kind of stuff, as they said, we're going to listen to the press conference and, talk about it. I just don't want this one. We have seen over the years. I've been living a long time and I've seen it over the years. People cry wolf. But they don't look like us. Sometimes I feel like we don't have a right to cry wolf because they don't look for us. I truly believe that there would not have been, this is just my opinion before we even get into it. My opinion is that it was a baby that they were most concerned about. It wasn't Carlee. Because, see, this thing got out there that a baby was on the highway. So they looking for her so they can connect to the baby. Someone sent me an article, and I'm really am going to start covering. You know what? Don't talk about it, Auntie. Be about it. Y'all will see. If you're not following me already over at Auntie's Advice Lifestyle Podcast, please do so. We will still talk about hot topics over here, but yeah. So anyway, I want to bring up the press conference. It seems like there was a narrative that the police department wanted us to hear. I truly believe that their hands was tied. I believe that when the parents came out on national television and indicated that there was still someone out there that everyone needed to be leery of, they that's my opinion. They forced their hand. I think that they wanted to keep this. Ray Dell, if you could put the link to the channel in there, not just the name. If you could put the link to the channel, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I truly believe that the parents, when they came out and said what they said, they was like, oh no, we cannot have people in this neighborhood thinking that they need to be on a heightened level of awareness. We cannot have people in this community believe something that they believe isn't so. I truly believe that. I think if the parents had not said that, we would have watched this play out longer. I know that a lot of people do not like law enforcement, don't trust them. And I believe that those people who do not like them have a right to believe whatever they believe. But I do know for certain that there are law enforcement and agencies who really take this matter seriously and who really want to protect the public. I don't believe all law enforcement is bad. In this press conference, they indicated that they were working with the U.S. Marshal Service and other federal agencies. And once you say that, it's on and it's popping, because that is another level of information. Let me just put it like that. So I'm going to bring up the press conference. I will be dropping the link. If you are a member of Auntie's Advice, you are more than welcome to come up. Someone said something to me in my comment section, didn't make the light of day, about me, choosing to just have the members. I don't have a screen on, a banner on where I can cover up if somebody wants to troll me. So for my safety and the safety of my channel, I choose to allow it to be members only. Unless you're going to show yourself in the back. Okay? And at the end of the day, sweetheart, whoever you was, and he was like, I love you, Auntie. Don't patronize me, and don't think I'm stupid. I've been around a long time. The I love you, you can keep that. Where you going to sit there and tell me what to do with my channel and my membership and who to have up on my channel. So bye, sis, okay? Bye. Having said that, let's bring it up. We're going to look at it. Let me see if I can move a little further because I don't want to bore you all with a lot of the other things that happened. I want you all to be able to... I really did not want it this way, but I think I don't have a choice in the matter. Where was she a thief at? What did she steal? She stole something? Did I miss something? Thank you, Priscilla. This is a combination of multiple colors. So thank you. Thank you. Let me see if I can bring this up. Lord. Something's telling me. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, y'all. Oh, shut up. Oh my God, it's mad at me now. Wait a minute, y'all. Here we go. Let's listen. So I'm going to start midstream, okay?
Aided in some way in connection with this situation. As the days have gone on and more information has been shared, we know everyone has questions. The Hoover Police Department is known for being very methodical and thorough with their investigations. For that reason, we did not feel comfortable speaking in detail publicly until now. It is important that we share this information now so that our community can be put at ease. So at this time...
And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. And I think that a lot of people should do that. They should be methodical about it. Steadfast. Making sure that you speak only about the facts. I truly respect the fact that they said that. But let's go. Let's keep going.
I'll turn the microphone over to Hoover Police Chief Nick Dursis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of Carlee Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine Carlee's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that Carlee Russell was missing. However, through the public interest, and in some cases, public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July...
And I respect that. How do y'all feel about that? Like, seriously. I respect the fact that they're doing this to make sure that people don't think that they have to be worried about whether or not the lock and the security system is working all night. That there is someone out there that you gotta, you know, be on heightened alert. And the thing about it is when you do stuff like this is what you cause. This is what she calls if what they're saying is true. Because she's still innocent, right? Until she's absolutely proven guilty. Let's go.
July 13th at approximately 8:20 p.m., Carlee left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows Carlee concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Tzatziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459.
Now, you know that's ridiculous that you are on your job. You come out with a bathrobe, some toilet paper. So did you sleep? Did she sleep in the woods and wipe her ass in the woods? I'm just saying, because at this point, who did she wipe her ass in the woods? Did she take this out and go glamping? Like, was she in the woods, like, straight? Who does this? I really tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I ain't lying. Let me put this up on the screen. Hold on. Who does this kind of... Like, sis, are you serious? And y'all remember I was saying the other day, yesterday, that a lot of us don't go camping. She didn't even have the right gear. She didn't do the right thing. She should have had somebody. You know what? Okay, keep it. Let me keep playing. Let's go.
Carlee communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there's just a kid just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where on 459 are you?
Now let me say this. Hearing this 911 call, for me, it felt like it was... They released it before, but for me, it felt like the first time. And if I, as a mom, you ain't even got to be a mom. I ain't even going to go there. Me as a woman, if I had seen a little baby out there, I'm not going to call and be that calm. I'm seeing a little child on the road with a diaper on. Now that we've gotten this information, now I'm looking at everything because, see, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, sis. Like, Carlee, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. But now I ain't got no fucks to give. Because this is embarrassing and it's humiliating to us. Now, a lot of people going to say you shouldn't feel that way, but she represents us. Why would you call that calm and you see a damn baby out there on the street? Never heard this before, but now it's like, okay.
Right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like you got by the Hoover Med. Okay, so you're before the exit? Yes. Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay. And was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Walking southbound, or how old they look? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, are you with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a red Mercedes-Benz. Is it a sedan or SUV? SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child at all, or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, Pakistani, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. Right now? Okay. So is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere. Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is Carlee Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the child from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't really see them that good. Okay, try to keep an eye on them for the best that you can, because I don't want you to lose track of them. Okay. All right, and do they have shoes on? No. Not that I can see. I can't really see that. Look. Okay. All right, I've got them on the way, okay? Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way, okay? Okay, thanks. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Carlee called a relative after speaking with the 911.
Now, after y'all heard that, how y'all feel? How y'all feel after hearing that? Do y'all feel differently now? I do. Because first of all, well, you know what? I can't even say that because a lot of people, some mothers are trifling and they will have their baby still in diapers at 3 or 4. So I can't even say a baby, I wanted to say that a baby is not in diapers at 3 or 4, but if she's estimating and guesstimating, some people do have their kids still in pull-ups and everything else, 3 and 4 years old, child. Matter of fact, some people still be giving them bottles and have them on pacifiers. So you know what, Auntie, keep it pushing. But tell me, what do y'all think about that? Listening to her voice, it doesn't seem like there's a sense of urgency. Now I'm questioning it all. And then if you're in the pitch dark, unless you got the high beams on the baby, now I'm looking at it as saying, how did she know the sex? My 3-year-old Chad did not wear diapers. My daughter was potty trained at 16, 18 months. 16, 18 months. The hardest thing that it took for me to break her off was the pacifier. We had to have a going away party for it. But 16, 18 months, you out your diaper. You're now walking around and I'm changing your butt at 3 and 4 years old. I ain't got it to do. I ain't never had that to do. I learned from watching others and the big mamas. You start walking good. You eat now regular food. You sucking on the end of a chicken bone. You begging for the stuff that's on my plate. You ain't wearing no damn diaper at 3 years old. Oh, hell no. Is y'all all right out here? Is y'all arguing in the chat? Okay, let's go. Y'all behave.
An operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained, which depicted this portion of the incident. and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. Carlee's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from Carlee's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from Carlee's mother.
So the whole time
stating that a relative
she was talking to them, she was driving. So if she saw the baby, when did she stop? 6 football fields is a long way. Boo, you damn near at an exit. They had to release this. They had to. They didn't even know.
was on the phone with her when they heard Carlee scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located Carlee's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse. The food she ordered for Tzatziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover Police deployed all available assets from the point in the search for Carlee. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators. Numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounding local and federal agencies assisted Hoover Police in the search for Carlee Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of Carlee, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by her family, friends.
I like that he is on this press conference and he is daring enough to wear his purple suit. He said, bitch, if I'm going out, I'm going all the way out. I'm going bold and everything. Y'all know I just had to say that. I was like, okay, don't be petty, Auntie, but the outfit is giving life to me. It's giving life, liberty, and the pursuit of wearing a purple suit. Okay. I just had to acknowledge that he looks quite handsome. Okay.
Began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 Center receives a call from Carlee's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of Carlee walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed.
So she saw this from 6 football fields. She drove 600 miles. 600 yards. So she backpedaled and came back to where the baby was. And then the dude walked up to her, see he was checking on the baby. Where the fuck did he come from? And if he said that, she should have had a response that they heard on the phone with the cousin or the other family member. Absolutely, PYT. Totally agree. I'm trying to get her ass the benefit of the doubt. This is embarrassing and humiliating.
She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated,
Now here's the thing. She went over the fence with the robe and the toilet paper. Did she have a ass when she went over there? Did she make sure she held on to her Cheez-Its? Or did she go climbing over there with her robe on? Like, her essentials and That's why money don't make you happy. It appears she came from a very well-to-do family, and she driving a red Mercedes-Benz, but she done allegedly stole toilet paper in a robe and got some stuffed off and got her some food. So she left that in there, but she took the other stuff with her. Like, you can't make this up. She was worrying about whether or not she was going to be able to wipe her ass. But it just... Boo, that should have been the least of your concerns. But see, she was bougie down to the toilet paper. To the TP.
that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded, but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her.
Now, they didn't kidnap her and her toilet paper and her robe that allegedly seems like it was stolen. They done put her in a car, met her in the woods, bitch. First of all, they used the child, met her. See, I was just waiting for her testimony to come out, and because her parents did what they did, they said, "Bitch, no, we ain't got it to do." They meet her in the woods by luring her with a child, and they care about what's on her arms. They care about impressions on your arm. They blindfolded you, but you saw the man's orange bald head. But you heard a woman's voice, but you ain't never see her. Bitch.
Into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair, but could not remember anything else.
Is she talking about the cheese crackers that she got from the Target, the Cheez-Its? Because that's what Cheez-Its are. They cheese crackers, bitch. And why would they play with her hair? Her hair was in the car. Carlee's hair had got left in the car. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Carlee's hair was in the car. And they took pictures of her. So what happened to the robe? Okay, it's going to get worse. It gets worse.
At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that Carlee had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right.
If Carlee had ran through the woods like she's claiming that she did, she would have more than a bump, a cut on her lip and a hole in her shirt. She would have been stepping over all kinds of trash, debris, she would have had scratches. They would have had to check her for lice and ticks and everything else. And Carlee, I didn't want to drag you. I was the first one that was out here, was like, windmilling for you. But if you was running through the woods, you would have been fucked up. Because I'm sure you had tender skin. You don't know anything about camping. You would have known how to even navigate through the woods without fucking yourself up. I went to my girlfriend's 28-acre farm and could not even navigate past the chicken coop. People like us, like, you know what? Okay, keep moving on. But y'all know what I'm saying.
Sock. Out of respect for Carlee and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from Carlee's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case.
So Carlee said, they ain't gonna be pinging no towel for my black ass. You know what? I gotta take all this technology, my Apple Watch and my phone, but I'm gonna delete this in the car. So when they get to ping in the tower, you know what I'm saying? They can't find my ass. Girl, they got cameras on leaves out that month. They didn't know already. Girl, what? She did not think this camping. I'm telling you, most black women, we don't camp. Now, a lot of black women camp. I ain't trying to stereotype us and that or anything like that. But bitch, we don't know most of us don't know the first thing about camping. But if we don't know nothing else, we know they can ping that tower. So one thing about this, we're going to make sure our cell phone charged up and with us unless we want to be not found. She thought this was a good idea until she got out there and started roughing through them woods with that bathrobe and that toilet paper and them Cheez-Its, bitch. When she got out there and got to start having chicken fries, I mean, my mother used to call them sticker fries, and all of that stuff, and she started seeing what was really in the woods. Because I know she was running with lion, tigers, and bears on my end, bitch. I'm going to tell you right now, it ain't no wizard behind no curtain. When she got real, she said, I'm going back home. Me and my money in my sock is going to hell back home. Now, and if they done stripped her butt naked, why they ain't want to see her feet? When she got her ass out there, she said, you know what? I ain't got to. Let me let y'all hear the rest of this so we can have a conversation.
On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term you have to pay for an Amber Alert was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term how to take money from a register without being caught was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at Carlee's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on Carlee's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview Carlee a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only Carlee can provide those answers. What we can say is that we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
We was all rooting for you. Especially given the fact that you came home. I had someone down in my comment section that shared that their cousin was missing and still missing. People retelling stories about incidents. I even recalled the story of that happened to me and my friends when I was in high school. They don't look for us, Carlee. And I know her parents are having to fight with this. Because at the end of the day, you're going to believe your child. You want to believe that your child wouldn't fabricate something like this. So my prayers go out to the family and the friends who are going to have to get in prayer to be able to get past this and love her just the same. Who going to have to get down in the trenches and pull her up from whatever this is she's in. Because this is a stronghold. This ain't no joke. What was she running from? Or rather, what was she running to? You sitting up there looking for Amber Alerts? Do y'all think that this was premeditated? 2 weeks now, there was some things that were said about a Red Roof Inn on her ass. Was there a man involved in this? Her boyfriend came out and was like, my boo was fighting for her life. Did she get to the hotel, to the Red Roof Inn with the dude, and the dude was like, I ain't got it to do? What happened? I'm dropping the link. If you come up on a link, you're going to have to show me at least your face. If you do not want to stay on, you're going to have to at least show me your face, and then you can put up y'all, what happened? We was all rooting for her. Because I'm going to repeat it over and over. We don't get this national attention like this unless we did. Unless we did. We don't get it. Hello there, Mr. Stokes. How are you?
Well, Auntie, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic.
Great.
You want to weigh in?
Yes, I do. I was looking at another video earlier about attorney Eric Guster, who's a very prominent attorney in the state of Alabama in the Birmingham, Hoover area. And he was weighing in his thoughts about it. And he had mentioned on Sunday morning that it was a hoax. And people had given him grief about it. And
people like me, probably. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And people, when he broke it down, he went scenario by scenario as to how he thought it was a hoax. Number one, talking about how they blindfolded her, but they did not tie her hands.
You like,
come on. And then to abduct her and to take her across a fence. Come on now. And then put her in the back of a tractor trailer.
Yeah, because where was the tractor trailer parked at? And why would they have seen that? You know what I mean?
I have no idea. I used to live in that area, and so I have no idea what you're talking about, because I know 459 is a very busy freeway. You can go either Tuscaloosa to the south or Atlanta to the east, or ride it all the way to 20 and come out here to Texas where I am. So, I mean, it's a very busy freeway or interstate, I should say. But nevertheless, the story really doesn't add up. And then, of course, also said that she had purchased a one-way ticket to Nashville. And the story was that Beyonce was in town in Nashville that next day. So there's probably connection there. I mean, I'm not saying she could have bought a Beyonce ticket with $107, for to see her. But it's mighty strange. And then, of course, the thing, I mean, anybody can steal. Anybody can steal. I mean, that does not mean stereotypical, but when they found her, she was driving a red Mercedes-Benz sedan.
She said that on the 911 call. They asked her what vehicle, and she said a red Mercedes. And then she said, is it a truck? And she said, yes. And then she said, no, it's a sedan.
And then you look at it, to have a quote unquote 3 or 4 year old walk 600 yards, 6 football fields. I don't even walk that. I'm in my 50s. I don't even walk that far. I don't even walk that far. I mean, come on. And then somebody came out the woods talking about they were looking for the baby. Now, where did the baby come from? Where did the baby get dropped off? Was this the 500th yard that the baby had been walking, or had the baby been walking for a couple of miles? And there ain't no way no baby gonna walk that far. And then the other thing that trips me out is children or toddlers don't even have a sense of danger. What was stopping the child from going into the road? What was stopping the child from going out into the road?
No, they do not. We have another gentleman up. Can I add him?
Sure.
Hello there, Willie. How are you?
Good. How are you, Auntie?
I'm fine. You want to weigh in? Along with Sean. Sean meet Willie. Willie meet Sean.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Okay. Listen, this whole story is just weird to me.
Okay.
Not only because of the historical context in which this has happened in, but also because of the way in which we see a lot of our black and brown people don't get reported as much in the media.
Yes.
So now that we're seeing this, it's just like, girl, you just set us back 500 years and you don't even know it.
You think so? Do you think so? What do you think about that, Sean?
Well, yeah, it could very well be. I mean, if you know anything about Hoover, Hoover is about just the opposite of Birmingham. Birmingham is over 85 to 90% black. Hoover is about 75 to 85 to 95% white.
Is this the area that she lived in? Because
Yeah,
I know that
she allegedly lived in Hoover.
So her parents are affluent then.
Yes, yeah. In order to live in Hoover, you got to have money. Basically, you basically got to have money.
What do you think is a medium income?
Roughly, I would say roughly medium income in Hoover, probably about 150 to 200,000 maybe. Per
wow.
Year. Yeah, I mean that's just like the other subdivision outside of Birmingham, Mountain Brook. Mountain Brook is like the 3rd richest city in the United States. Average income is $800,000 a year. So I mean Hoover is right up there with that. So it's right next door. Just like Hoover to Birmingham is just like roughly like Washington D.C. is to the going over across the George Washington Bridge into Maryland, and we're going across.
Okay, or Fairfax, or certain parts of Fairfax.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Around the bend.
Yeah, I mean, because if she's going 459 south, going down toward the Galleria Mall, that's one of the upscale malls, and then you're talking about 280, all your high-end stores on 280, like the Neiman Marcus, the Saks Fifth Avenue, and all that, working on that area and that end. Yeah, she has some money.
So I guess the question becomes, what do we do now that it looks more and more likely that this looks more like a stunt? This looks more like it's not, it isn't true.
Well, I guess you just take it on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, exactly. Because I ain't got it to do, and I don't have a solution to it. I don't. But let's see what this person says. Hello, DH.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? Meet Willie and Sean. Welcome to the platform.
Hello, Willie and Sean. Nice to meet
Hey, how you
you.
doing, DH?
Hi.
You want to weigh in?
I do want to weigh in. I was skeptical from the beginning, but like you, Auntie, I didn't want to disparage a missing Black young lady because I thought even if I was a kidnapper or a sex trafficker, a child on the highway is too dangerous to risk it. If that's what I use to lure people in, it's too dangerous to put a toddler in that type of situation. Now, maybe if it was a shopping mall or something like that, but from the beginning, it didn't seem like the buttermilk was all clean.
Oh, so you questioned the fact that they even used a baby.
A baby on a busy highway.
Yeah.
And no one else had reported it. You know, usually it's a missing child on the highway. You see them on the news in the morning. You know, anybody know who this child is, or there would have been more than one call. And then I was like, okay, but then the sister-in-law said she heard the child. So did the young lady have another device that had a child's voice on it? Or was the sister-in-law in on it? Like it was so many.
Or was she playing a role like
She probably was playing a role. I mean, go back and look at the videotapes. There was all the cars had slowed down because she had her blinkers on.
Right.
I mean, because the average speed limit on 459 is like 70 miles an hour. And those people had gone to slow down when she pulled over to the side with her blinkers on, and all those cars had slowed down, and you could see literally because she had her highlights on. There was no baby in front of her car walking.
Right.
And then
even before they released that video, the story that was out, I was like, that doesn't make sense.
No.
For a criminal kidnapper to use a child in such a dangerous
True indeed. True.
And they don't use
and then I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead, hon.
Okay, I was gonna say, and then the description that she used, I was like, what the hell? When she said orange hair, I said, what the hell is this? Chucky?
Yeah, I thought it was Ronald McDonald.
What? I said, this better not be the Chucky doll walking up and down the highway with a knife going in front of us.
Okay, now here's the crazy thing, Brother Willie and Sister D. If allegedly, quote unquote, she escapes the first time, then why are we not going to tie her up the second time? You know,
that's so true. I didn't even think about that.
And like you said, to supposedly just play with her hair, or she did not know if they took pictures of her or not, to blindfold you and not put anything on your wrist because they didn't want to leave impressions. I mean, that's like a botched job. Come on now. I mean,
and then on top of that, why did she leave her phone in the car? That's the first thing that they're gonna check. Is the
That's
phone.
why she left it in the car, because she's smart enough to know that they're going to ping her cell phone. That was smart. If she wanted to get away with that, leaving it in the car was the smartest thing, because they can't ping a tower to where you are.
But if allegedly she did all that, why didn't she get a burner phone, right? But the idea is that why even watch the movie Taken? I mean, come on now. I mean,
and then you got all these search results on your phone taken. What else does the police chief say that she had?
From a cash register. Now, from what I understand,
Lord have mercy.
You at this day and age, you can't even have a burner phone.
Yeah.
Because burner phones can be found as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
I was a certain amount of ways. So DH, won't you weigh in?
Go ahead.
DH, you want to weigh in?
Oh, I'm sorry. My kid's trying to get me to eat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
So when I initially heard the story, I was skeptical, so I have to admit that I didn't pay much attention to it because I was like, you know, as a Black woman, we do go missing and they don't care. And this is getting so much attention. And in my soul, I just felt like it was bogus.
Oh
And
no.
I hope it shouldn't set us back. It shouldn't make every Black woman missing report look a certain kind of way because throughout history, there's been so many white women who lied. Susan Smith said a Black man did this and she did it. There's been
Exactly. And that's gonna be my main issue. That's gonna be our main issue.
Mm-hmm.
Is because at every turn, at every opportunity that when we say we go missing, because y'all also must have to realize we live in a white society.
Yeah.
We don't have any freedom in the same way that our white counterparts do. So everything we do is filtered through the lens of we got to work harder. And in the first place, she said she went out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You went out in the where, girl? What Black person you know go out in the woods? I don't even go out in the woods. I'm sorry, like.
But there are some Black people that camp and go out in the woods that do van life and all of that because I follow quite a bit of them. But on average, most women,
Most Black women don't. Exactly. So
and
when
that's
she stepped in and said, I said, I'm disabled. I'm in a wheelchair and I don't go nowhere near the woods. Are you kidding me? Well, child, how do you come unscathed out of the woods after all of that? Lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my.
Well, that's true. I mean, there have been countless news stories about how the very looking for Black and brown people is very minimal compared to white people. But here's the other thing. I was reading in another space that allegedly she had gotten fired from her job and she had flunked out of nursing school. And then there was allegedly another 17-year-old that was with her. And so supposedly so now if she's made the call, I agree with you, Auntie, on this. Why be so calm about it when you're talking to the dispatcher about you seeing a baby? I mean, she's the calmest person I ever seen. There's a baby on the side of the road, and like he looks like he's about 3 or 4, and I mean, come on, make it make sense now. Make it make sense. I mean, I've been like, oh my God, there's a baby! Oh my God, there's a baby! Oh God! And
yeah,
so
we're freaking out. Like for the most part,
and the cops got there within 5 minutes after her call.
So remind me again, when the cops got there, was she already gone?
Supposedly she was already gone.
She would have been gone. She would have been gone, Willie, because she was missing. So she wouldn't have been standing there and then. What do you mean?
I want to know what.
Just like you, Auntie, I heard about the Red Roof Inn too. Now, Red Roof Inn really ain't got that good of a reputation now. So I'm not saying what she was doing. I ain't saying that she was.
She only had $100. But
yeah,
she was from an affluent family. So I have somebody else that I'm going to be bringing up. I'm going to drop you guys down. Thank you so much for coming up and being a part of this. I appreciate it.
Much love. DMV always. DMV. 2 up, 3 down. 2 up, 3 down. DMV. All right now.
DMV.
All right, babe. Thank you.
Hi, Jessica. You wanted to comment. How are you?
Hi there. Good evening, Auntie.
Good evening.
So I'm very disappointed with the story. It reminds me of the story back in the day. I don't know if you guys would remember it. It actually is before my time, but I still remember hearing about it growing up. But it was the Tawana Brawley story.
Yeah, I saw that people was putting it in the comments section, and yesterday I made a note, and her name is on my notes. So we'll discuss that at a later time.
Yes, yes. This reminds me a lot of the Tawana Brawley story, and kind of like the situation that kind of went on with her, where she went missing and she was young, and people were kind of skeptical in the beginning, but once she did kind of surface, when she reappeared, all of her disappearance, like everything that she had associated with her going missing and where she was, her whereabouts, it was just very suspicious. And unfortunately, she did go to trial and she was found guilty, and she had to repay back the officer that she alleged had unfortunately kidnapped her and repeatedly assaulted her, like violated her. And this reminds me a lot of that story. And I personally don't believe that Carlee is innocent, that she's a victim in this situation. It sounds a lot like she did orchestrate her own abduction. Allegedly, it was surrounding like her ex-boyfriend. Actually, he's not her boyfriend. They were on the rocks. He apparently was dating a stripper, an exotic dancer. And I saw the screenshots that were floating around, the exchange that she had with the exotic dancer before she went missing. And her boyfriend left Carlee to be with this exotic dancer. And I guess that kind of messed with her. And I don't know, men can make you do crazy things. Being in love in general.
Wait a minute. I think I missed that because I was responding back to something. You saying that the boyfriend, her and the boyfriend, on the outs.
Right. He was cheating on her
with an exotic dancer.
Yes. And there are screenshots of her, the exotic dancer, and Carlee going back and forth with each other. And Carlee sending this long message to her about how she's the other woman and she looks like a clown. And Carlee's rich and this girl is nothing more than a poor, ugly, exotic dancer. I was like, okay, Carlee.
So how does that tie into, how do people believe or assess that ties into what she did?
So allegedly he left her for the exotic dancer, and Carlee, what's being alleged is that Carlee was so distraught behind that breakup, I guess to make him feel bad, she wanted to go missing so he can, I guess, conjure up those old feelings for her and miss her and kind of appreciate her presence again. So I guess.
So do you buy into that story? That doesn't.
I mean, there would be no plausible reason for her orchestrating her own abduction, whether it's the boyfriend or flunking out of nursing school and being on drugs. I've heard that one, or having some underage minor boyfriend that's her, supposedly the father of her child. I haven't seen any photos of her child floating around. I don't know. There's about 3 different theories floating around right now. And we know that she went missing for a reason, that she did it for a reason. But the specific reason has yet to be found. And I think the boyfriend story makes the most sense to me, or flunking out of nursing school and not wanting to face her parents. That's a possibility.
Do you see this comment?
Basically, yeah, kidnapping is the new I'm pregnant. It is true. I've known women to do that too. I had a roommate who, she was so upset about her boyfriend leaving her that she pulled that I'm pregnant. I was like, girl, how are you going to pull that off? And she was like, I guess try to get pregnant once they get back together. I was like, okay, crazy.
So do you believe, and I think you mentioned it before, do you think that this puts us back, or will make us more unbelievable? Because I don't. I want to believe that it was. And I don't think that, here's what I think. I don't think that it would have been such an outcry and a use of resources had it not been a baby.
I agree. And then she did mention on the call that it was a white baby. So I think they gave it a little bit more urgency. A baby is missing, and a Caucasian baby at that. So historically, we just haven't seen the police use resources like this to find a Black woman, especially on a national level. I mean, it's just the honest truth. I personally went through this with my family. I had a cousin go missing, and she was a runaway. She left with a man, unfortunately. But at the time, we did not know. She's a cousin that her family at the time were living in a low income area, you know, Bankhead Courts. If you guys have heard like hip hop and rap songs, that's where they were living. And I heard from the other room, I was younger at the time, the police say maybe she ran off with a friend, and they kind of said it in a way that meant that they didn't want to use their resources. And of course, that angered my auntie, and she was like, it doesn't matter. She's underage. She's a minor. And they really didn't take it seriously. And this was, you know, years ago, early 2000s, with a minor, a Black minor, and they truly did not care. I mean, they reported it to the GBI and, you know, everything. But my cousin was gone for nearly a week. And the only thing that we had was each other to look for her. She did reappear because she did leave at her own volition, but she was still underage. So these type of things we just don't see happening because it's not a priority.
Do you think that they're going to charge her?
Yes. I mean, recently they charged, what's the Gone Girl, the pretty woman from California. Is her name Sherry Papini? She was charged when she orchestrated her own abduction.
Okay, well, Jessica, we have Simone who has joined us. Hello there, Simone.
Hi,
hello.
Auntie. Hi, Jessica.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, so we got a women's panel. Okay, we got DH back. We have Simone and Jessica. Ladies, meet each other.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, Simone, you want to weigh in, and then to DH.
Yes, so Auntie, this is what I meant by the math ain't mathing when I said it last night. At the beginning, I did give her the benefit of the doubt. Stuff started coming in. It wasn't adding up. Just not adding up at all.
Is that somebody in the background? Can they mute themselves? Some noise coming in from a background. Sound like dishes or something.
I think that's DH. What is her name?
Okay, she's muted. Go ahead.
So, you know, the press conference today didn't really change anything for me because
it did for me.
After Sunday, I was already like, okay, she's not telling the truth. This just amplified my findings more. Especially
solidified.
Solidified it more. Especially when they said about all of the search history they found on her phone. That right there, who does that? Who does that if you're not planning a getaway? No one. No one does that unless you're trying to leave town or whatever it is that she was trying to do. No. So I think that there's a reason why she did it, of course. I think, me personally, I don't think it had anything to do with the boyfriend. I think it had something to do with she didn't want to disappoint her parents because they seem like they are an upscale family and that they expect the highest from her. And she didn't, something happened, she didn't want to disappoint them. So she figured, hey, let me concoct this story. And it didn't go the way that she wanted it to go.
Okay. DH.
Hello, I'm back. It's just sad, you know, it's just really sad. I hope all this isn't over a man. And then I hope it also isn't about, you know, her not wanting to disappoint her parents because this is a extreme length to go. I'm curious to know if this young lady has any history of mental illness. Has she done something like this before? Has she done something like this before or something close to it? Has anything been documented? Has she ever tried to harm herself? Because in the pictures, she looks like she's well taken care of, but we know the internet is a facade and people only put up, the good looking stuff. But I think I saw her in a doctor's coat in one of the pictures, like a
Yeah.
white coat.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so was she stressed out because of that? Like, it's a lot of unanswered questions. And it's just the situation is just sad. And I understand making jokes about it. So I'm not going to, be mad at people making jokes about it, because I get it. We got to find some humor and levity in the situation. However, it is still kind of very, very serious. It's not
Yeah.
something to play with. You don't call the police and use resources saying that you see a child on the highway. That's going to stop everything.
Yep.
Those resources could have been used to help prevent something else. What happened while she created this distraction that didn't get attention? What real thing that needed attention that didn't get attention? Because she wants to play games and she thinks that calling the police is a way to handle whatever situation she's going through. So God bless her parent, for having the courage to stand up in the face of all that foolishness and still defend their child, because that's what parents should do. But I'm very disappointed in the young lady, and I pray that she gets some help. I also pray that they don't throw the book at her too much, because they love to make an example of us. I do believe she deserves some type of punishment, because when she called 911 and made that false report, that set off a chain of events that probably led to millions of dollars and man hours and resources being spent for nothing, when you was just having a bonfire in the woods.
Did you say a bonfire in the woods?
A bonfire in the woods. She had her
With plenty of
snack.
toilet paper, with a
She
roll
had
of toilet paper.
her toiletries. She probably did have one or two burner phones, and she saw it was getting hot. Everybody was looking for her, and she probably didn't think this would turn into
And
something so big. She was probably just trying to scare either her parents or the boyfriend or whatever, and it turned into something that she kind of lost control over.
I agree. Do you guys think that after today's press conference and hearing, because I'm pretty sure her family was watching it, and hearing what they said, do you think that her parents now are maybe thinking like, okay, maybe there's not some truth to what she told us?
I think so, but I think it will be extremely hard because I have a child.
Right.
And I'm not sure if you all have children, but it
I
would
do. Yeah.
I would need a whole church community praying, interceding, holding me up to even think that my child would do something like that. I think that it was going to take them a long time to come to. I'm getting teary eyed because I can't even imagine the pain and the hurt and the blame that they're going to feel. What did I do wrong? Why didn't I notice? I think it's going to take them a long time to reconcile this.
Right. Right.
Y'all
Do
can weigh
you
in if y'all want to.
do you think that they're like maybe possibly saying to her,
No,
what is the truth? And do you
no,
think
no. Because if you remember when the parents said that when she came in, they didn't even go to hug her.
right. The
Do you
mom, yeah,
remember
I
that?
was back. She said, yes, she said, I hugged her. I tried to hug her as best as I could, but I had to step back. That's what she said. So to me,
She
I
said
took it
I had
as
to
she
step
gave a
back
little bit of hug, but she had to move back. Yeah.
because she said that she just, they could probably see
Mm-hmm.
that this wasn't welcome, that she was in a whole different zone. You
Right.
gotta be plumb crazy to be out there for 49 hours. So the parents had already recognized that there was a shift or a break and called 911. But can you think about, I couldn't reconcile. It would take me years to reconcile that and not blame myself, because often as parents, we blame ourselves.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's a disconnect there. There's absolutely a disconnect there somewhere. And I think her parents, I hear you, Auntie, when you're like, excuse me, I'm on the phone. I hear you, but I feel like parents ultimately know their children. And they're probably just happy she's in one piece and she's whole. But I don't, in my heart to heart, I don't believe that they fully believe her story. They're just going to have her back because maybe they don't want her to break and crack. But the evidence is clear. It's clear. There's no getting around that she made this whole thing up.
That's why I asked the question after the press conference, because probably before the press conference, they probably was wholeheartedly believing her. But when they came out today with all of this hard evidence, and also I took it as they were also speaking to her, maybe giving her the opportunity to come to them and speak to them and come forth before they start giving out more. Because I think it's going to be more to come if she doesn't go to them and speak to them.
Why do you think that why law enforcement has not forced her to speak to them?
They said, well, what he said is, he said they've been reaching out to her. They said they've been reaching out to her, and she hasn't responded. Right.
Yeah, but they're waiting.
Well, technically, you can't force anybody to speak. She has her, she hasn't been arrested yet. And even if she is arrested, she has the right to remain silent. Right. So you can't force anybody to speak. They have to do the investigation, and she is not legally obligated to help them.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Right. But I personally, my opinion, I think also they're not making it a big deal of speaking to her right now, because I think they're waiting for her to come to them and maybe say, hey, I made a mistake. I made this up. This is what really happened. This is the reason why I did it, before they really start putting some pressure. Because they have an attorney. They said the family has an attorney.
They better.
Yeah, they said the family has an attorney. So, I mean, and also
you better lawyer up immediately.
That's
immediately you need to be lawyering up.
Why? I mean, and maybe, like I said, after today's press conference, maybe the attorney will tell her, hey, okay, let's go and speak to the police now and maybe give them some stuff. You don't think that they will?
Not if they're a good attorney, they wouldn't.
Right. Yeah, their job is to be on the side of their client.
Not if they're a good attorney. I wouldn't tell her talk to nobody. They would have to subpoena. They would have to use every power and authority available to them to get my client to speak.
Yeah, because technically her only crime is making a false police report.
Exactly.
And I don't know if that's even a felony. That might just be a misdemeanor. And the police came to the house to question her. She didn't go to the police station to make a police report about what happened.
Sure didn't.
So her only crime.
Didn't they say the parents called them, and then that's when they?
That's the parents.
That was the parents. That wasn't her.
That's the parents. That's not her.
Isn't this case off of the Sherry Papini's case, because it's so similar? I don't know exactly what she was charged with, but Sherry Papini was charged. It went to trial, and she did do time. I think she's still doing time because she was recently charged. It's minimal time, but just judging it, I don't know law. I'm not an attorney, but just judging it from that case, being that Sherry Papini orchestrated her own abduction, and she went missing for a few days. I think upwards of about a week or 2 weeks.
But But that wasn't her crime. Her crime is when she came back home, she went to the police station and filed a false police report. So you can plan your own
Filed a
abduction.
false.
That's not that.
She filed a false
That's
police report for what? Just curious. Because the police
when
report
she
was
came.
already filed that
But
she
you
had
didn't
went
find
missing by her
I
husband.
right. But if I'm missing, me, DH is missing. I don't file a police report. Someone else files the police report. So that's not
Right.
on me. I'm an adult. If I don't want to be found, I have that right to not want to be found. Her mistake was once she popped back up, she went to the police station and lied and said I was kidnapped. I was
You talk
raped.
about Sherry. You talk about Sherry.
This happened. This happened. This happened.
You're
That's
talking about the other.
talking
You
about
talk about
Carlee. Yes, I
not Carlee.
apologize.
Well, Carlee, she
Right, I
basically is
apologize.
following the same trajectory
No,
by
Carlee didn't. No,
somebody else.
Carlee
Somebody
didn't
else.
go to the police.
Well, nobody. Sherry didn't go to the police herself either. Her husband reported her missing, but returning back when she was questioned, which is the same thing with Carlee. I'm just comparing it apples to apples, and it's kind of the same thing. So I would think that Carlee would eventually be charged, just like we've seen with the Runaway Bride and Sherry Papini, and eventually it probably will go to trial, and or she could, take a plea bargain. Who knows?
Hopefully, she got a good ass lawyer. Hopefully, she got a good lawyer. Because if I was the lawyer, I would tell her to keep your mouth shut until you take your last breath.
Yep. Yep.
Until you
Because
take
right
your last
now,
breath.
yeah, take her until she should just keep quiet because that's where people make the mistakes. And I'm not vouching for her foolishness. She's a young lady. She did something terribly ignorant and terribly, misguided. Hopefully this doesn't derail the rest of her life. It was foolish, but hopefully she can find redemption somehow and lead somewhat of a normal life.
Okay, well, ladies, thank you all so much for joining the live and giving your opinion, your advice, your comments, all that. I really do appreciate it. If y'all want to hang on, we have another person who's coming on, Miss Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa.
Hi, I was hoping you was gonna block my face because I know I look so shiny. I just came home from
I can
work.
take you.
Well,
I can take your face out.
okay. But hi, Auntie.
Hi, you look wonderful though.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm about
Vanessa,
to pull over, so I don't want to scare nobody. I'm about to pull over, y'all.
Okay.
But hi, ladies. How's everybody doing?
Hi, Vanessa.
Good. Hello.
I
Hey,
just
pretty.
wanted. Hi, y'all.
She is
I
pretty,
wanted to.
isn't she?
Oh, thank you so much. I'm calling from the West Coast, Oakland. I'm on the other side. Um, I wanted to say that, it was so much going. I was agreeing with everything that y'all was saying. I was so like, yes, ladies, yes. But I wanted to also say something that I disagree a little bit with parents. I have a child. He's grown. My child is 25. He's one of my best friends. But every time, and he's never given me any problems, right?
Good.
But the way my mom brought me up, because my mother had a hard background, she used to always tell, my mom had 4 kids. She used to always say, don't ever put anything past mankind, which is man, period, right?
True.
Your
True.
kids, nobody. And you don't believe what you want to believe, but you believe you follow the facts. My mom used to always say that. Every time my son, and he's not perfect because none of us are, would lie to me, I could look at him and I'm his mom. And I ain't always called him out on his lie, but a mother knows when her child is lying. Now, I agree with Auntie when she says we want to believe, so that's the hurt, But you can look at your child like, okay, now I know you lying. I know that, but what I feel for the parents is that how it must have really just crumbled them inside that they had. I feel like on one hand they felt like they had to go out and speak because they were stuff was, building up. But on the other hand, I must say, I truly believe, and y'all tell me what y'all think, they was paid for that interview.
Oh yeah, I heard that the Today Show pays some good
They was
money
paid for that.
for interviews. Yeah.
So my thing is, okay, because when you go back and look, because I looked at their interview a couple of times, that seemed a little scripted to me too. That seemed a little rehearsed, and you ladies get, but I'm just, because all day I've been so fascinated with this, y'all. If you
So
go
are you,
back, oh,
sorry.
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh, so, I apologize, but are you
Okay.
implying that because they were paid for the interview that possibly they were lying?
I ran away when I was a teenager. And the first thing, when I got home, the first thing my mama did after she slapped me in my face.
Yeah, because I said
Well,
she needs a good big mama whooping.
thank you. That was the first thing she did. She popped me straight in my face. And then when she picked me up, she held me and wouldn't let go.
Right.
So the part that when the mama said I wanted to, that seemed a little scripted to me because
When the mama said what? When the mama said what? What did the mama
I'm
say?
sorry. When the mom said I wanted to hold her, but I had to. That just as a mom to me, that didn't sit well because I'm like, wait a minute. And I get it. That's why I said I don't know if it was scripted or if someone was like, okay, when you guys get on, say this, say that, don't say this, say that. Just as a parent, I don't see how you could not just hold your child no matter what they're going through.
Yeah, like
So,
even the
but
dad, he chimed
Unless
in.
you know that there is some type of mental illness or something, you don't cross these boundaries, right?
There it is.
right. But the dad,
You
like,
know
I'm
that they
sorry.
are in that mode, you don't cross the boundaries.
Oh, like when you say, okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
They
When
probably
you,
the mother probably was like, she got that crazy look in her eye. You understand what I'm
yeah,
No, and I'm being serious. She got that crazy
no,
look.
right,
Right.
okay, yeah,
Right.
we know this look. But see
Meaning that
that goes back
they
to
seen it before.
us parents knowing our kids. You
Right.
see,
Meaning that
You're
that go
right.
back to you
You
know
absolutely
your kids.
right. You
right.
So
absolutely
you know
right.
what? So you right. She might have been like, hold up, I didn't seen this look before. Wait a minute
Right.
now.
Right.
Right.
Hold up,
Yeah. And when she
because
get
the
that look,
daddy was,
you don't want to mess with her. That's what the mama was probably
yes,
saying in her
because
mind.
the
Like you
daddy
don't want
was
to mess with
looking
her.
like,
Let her
yes,
calm down, and
yes.
I'll come
Yes.
back. I'll come
Cause
back.
the daddy was looking like shit. I'm gonna let my wife fuck it up because I fuck this interview up because of shit.
And
The daddy was
the
like,
mother
oh,
probably was like, when she got like that, the father probably was in the background like 9, 1,
Yeah. Yeah.
1. No, seriously.
Yeah.
yes, yes. So that's one of the main things I wanted to say. Go back and look at that interview
I
because
will.
yeah, it seems a little scripted to me because the
I
dad's
will.
body language doesn't match how the mom her it's like she wanted us to know, oh look, this was intense, but I gotta be calm. I have to be so let me say what needs to be said. And then the dad just looks completely like he looks what's the word I'm trying to say? This kind of disassociated kind of.
Right. To me, he looked like he didn't want to
Yes.
be there.
Yeah,
That's
he
what it
like,
was.
I don't even
He
want to do
said
this
maybe
shit.
about 3 words the whole interview. He said about 3 words
Yeah.
the whole interview, and he looked like to me like I don't really want to be here.
Yeah, I really
They don't put me in
okay.
this uncomfortable situation, but I'm gonna support my wife.
Yeah, because then he said he put his arm around her. He said, "It's all right, baby. It's all right." Like, okay, come on now. Like we got. Let's get it. Let's. But I again. But that's one of the things. And also, I also wanted to say, I agree. I don't know which one of you ladies had said that you knew kind of from Sunday. I
That was
think I
me.
was on the okay. I was on the same page. Let me tell you why. Because so I did grow up playing in the woods. My stepdad kept us camping. We was at the ocean. We used to live in
Okay.
Norfolk, Virginia. We was at the ocean every weekend. We played in the woods. You want to fight us because we was a little gang. We gonna meet you in the woods and somebody we going home. My mom making us for ticks. We was them kids, okay. But So we were doing all that. However, you are right. If she was in the woods, which I think she would have had all kind of pine needles and pine cones and stickers and all kind of stuff. It wouldn't just be no shirt torn and her lip busted or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you going through some stuff in, in
You
the
gonna get jacked
woods,
up in
right?
the woods.
You going through some stuff. And
I mean, I get
initially,
jacked up when I go out there and do domestic gardening.
yes, just dealing with
Hands
the earth.
free gloves and stuff like that, because then you get mosquito bites. I mean, she should have had bug bites all on her. Like a whole
Yes,
lot of stuff should have happened, and it just did not.
yes. And as soon as so I was on board when I first heard the story because I was like, oh wow, damn, because I'm a very helpful person, right? But I'm wise with it, right? So if I would if I would have seen a child, of course I would have called. But then but this is before I found out it was at night. See, people keep forgetting to say at night. I was like, hold up, oh, this was at night, and she saw all that at night, and then when and from people that I've heard on other lives that live out there, they said that freeway is dark.
Well, honey, I
Like it's
can't see at night driving at all. Period. Like
yeah,
I
me
ain't got
too,
no
Auntie. I have
vision.
night blindness. I gotta wear
I
my
have
glasses, right?
my glare is horrible. And if I don't
Yeah.
remember to bring my glasses that stop all of that glare, I wouldn't have seen that baby on the side of the
Yeah,
freeway.
I wouldn't, but I'm thinking because they have saying on the side of the road, I'm thinking it's a regular like city or residential road. But when I seen it was a freeway, automatically I said, oh, she lying. She ain't seen nothing. No, that didn't happen. I just knew it. And I posted, in support at first before I seen that. But anyway, I got a lot more to say. But
Well,
those are
thank
my main
you.
things. I appreciate y'all listening to me. And yeah, y'all go back and look at that, Auntie. I'm really interested to see your views on that. And another thing is, I put in the chat twice already, but I had a mentor who used to always tell me 99% of the truth is 100% of a lie. So,
I like that.
yeah, nah, baby, that baby is lying. I feel for her though, but I pray for the family. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for
Have a
coming up.
good night.
Ladies, Jessica, Simone, DH, and Vanessa. Y'all, thank you so much for coming up.
You're
I'm about
welcome,
to wrap
You're
Auntie.
this.
welcome.
So
You're
I'm going to
welcome,
drop
y'all.
this. Thank you so much, y'all.
You're
You're
Have a good one.
welcome.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Love
Love
y'all.
y'all. Bye bye.
So everybody, we're going to wrap this up. This is not the end of this because we've opened up a can of worms here on this device where we're going to really have to have a discussion. I just want to thank Sean and Willie for coming up as well. It was just so good to see men back on the channel again. Okay. But I'm sure that this is not the end of this. And I'm very happy that we are able to have a very honest and candid discussion about this situation. I can't imagine what her parents are going through after hearing that press conference, but I know how I felt as a parent. And it would take me probably years to reconcile that. I don't know what her motivation is or what her motivation was to do what she did. If she had ill and bad intent. But what I will say is she needs therapy. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. We have to deal with mental illness when it appears that someone will go through this length, possibly premeditate their own abduction. Something wrong. Something ain't clean in the buttermilk. As you all have told me, Auntie the math not mathing. Okay? Something is definitely wrong. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what you all think about this. I definitely want to make sure that I recognize you all. Thank you so much, Vanessa, for the $3 super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Little Hurdler, for the $5 super chat. This was Tawana Brawley 2.0. Shame. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much, Charlotte Bain, for the $2 super chat. You're a beautiful queen, Auntie. You keep it 100. Thank you. I'll tell you, Charlotte don't do nothing else. She gonna support Auntie's advice. Thank you so much, Yolanda Gibson, for the $4.99 super chat. Auntie, my oldest daughter was potty trained before she could ever walk. Okay. Okay. We make it do what it do, don't we? We make it do what it do. Thank you so much to Queen T for the $1.99 super chat. Carlee Smollett didn't think cameras were watching. Thank you so much, Queen T. I appreciate that. Thank you so much to T. Campbell for the $20 super chat. I think the tone of her 911 call gave the police pause, and they wanted to investigate and publicize it. She was calm, didn't exit the vehicle when a small child could easily walk out into a busy traffic. That is so true. That is absolutely something to ponder. You know, you're right. When you listen, thank you. Thank you so much, Little Hurler, for the $5 super chat. Unless she is a script writer for Law and Order, there was no need to do this foolishness. Thank you so much, Little Hurler, and everyone else for your super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel with just your view. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. Y'all, again, let me know down in the comment section what you think about this. Please feel free to chat and let us see, what you think about this. Oh, thank you so much, Brooke, for the $1.99 super chat. Crazy story. Absolutely, Brooke. Thank you so much for coming through with the late super chat. I love you all to pieces. Y'all, until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets. And now, be safe in the water. Love y'all. Bye.